Gary, congratulations on you and your staff's new contracts. How pleased are you to sign?
Yeah, no, really pleased. I think obviously me and Matt started discussing it sort of towards the latter part of last season, but there was obviously a lot of things going on, and we felt it was best to just keep ploughing on with the important stuff like the team and making sure that we were in a good spot. But then when the time sort of arose for us to discuss it, it was fairly straightforward from my point of view. I'm absolutely loving my time here, really enjoying it. My staff love it. My family love it. So it's felt like a really special place for us over the last year, and looking forward to continuing the journey.
Well, the fans are definitely loving having you here as manager as well. Are you enjoying your time as Wolves boss?
I am, yeah. I love every moment of it. It's hard work. Obviously, there's always so much that needs doing. As me and Matt have been extremely busy over the last few weeks trying to get things in place. And the good thing here is the amount of support that you do get from those guys, from Matt and the other guys back at the training ground and in the offices. They give me fantastic support, and we're doing our best to get the team in the best spot possible for next weekend. Big friendly tomorrow that we're looking forward to, getting back in front of the home fans. And I'm delighted with the contract, so hopefully the feeling will be replicated by the fans, and we can enjoy tomorrow as the last sort of dress rehearsal before we get ready for the Premier League.
Absolutely, and we'll talk a little bit about preparations and how things have gone so far. But sort of reflecting on your time here, what is it that you love so much about Wolves as a football club?
Yeah, no, I think how much of a challenge it was at the start makes it feel much sweeter now. You know, like I understood sort of the doubt in the young, inexperienced manager who hadn't done too much before, and the fact that sort of results didn't start off fantastically well, and we had to work unbelievably hard to win sort of people over. The amount of help the team needed, because they were in a tough spot, obviously having just lost their manager and lost a load of experienced players. So that challenge and seeing where we managed to get it to last season was, I had a special feeling about it, and the connection that we managed to get between the team on the pitch and the guys in the stadium was incredible. You know, some of those fantastic results we had away from home, at home. So that was the main bit for me, that connection between team and fans, and hoping to improve that again and see if we can take it on again this season.
Well, we're exactly 1 year on from that day when you signed, when you were 5 days out from that first Premier League game, which you said it must have been a very challenging time, a big task ahead. But when you sort of reflect back on your time as manager so far, do you look back on that first season with pride?
Yeah, I think as with all seasons, you look back on parts of it really fondly, parts of it you're slightly disappointed with. But overall, I think when you look at, for the football club to have had to do what it had to do, and this is not just me, it's Jeff and Matt and all the guys that worked on trying to get us in a better place financially, and to still manage to keep the squad in a place that we could be competitive and people could dream about Europe for part of the season, and we did have a cup run, to never really be threatened by relegation was a huge success, because when you look at basically every pundit in the world last year, we were always nominated for one of the favourites to go down. And I'm sure certain people will see the same again this year, where they probably think, they've lost their captain, haven't signed loads of players again. So I would guess that people will start to try and write us off again this year, and it just makes the group stronger. The belief inside the dressing room is huge. We've made some real good changes in there that have really helped us around mentality and how we get to work on things. So I'm really looking forward to the season. There will be challenges, of course, as there always is in a Premier League season, but really looking forward to trying to take it on from last year.
Well, obviously, we're in a very different position as well, starting with you've had the whole pre-season, the full transfer window as well. Having that sort of preparation time, are you feeling more confident and prepared for that first game next week? Yeah,
it'll be a test. Obviously, we have a real tough start with Arsenal and Chelsea, and then a few tough ones as well to follow. But we have to play them all. So it's a real test of where we are and the work that we've done, and we get to go to the Emirates on the first day and put out there what we've been working on, see where we can get to, see if we can cause them some problems. And then over the course of a season, I'm really confident in the group that we'll be able to get enough results along the way to make sure that we have another successful season. Still some bits to do in the transfer window that me, Matt and Jeff are still working really hard on, trying to position the squad even better than it is at this moment. I know we've done some good stuff, and the ones that have arrived have really helped us. but we still need to do a little bit of work on just juggling a few things around to get us really balanced. But no, really excited. I think so I've had the whole pre-season. I've really enjoyed it. It's been a good couple of trips. The lads have worked extremely hard, and yeah, we're ready to get going now.
Was improving that depth in our squad a priority for you in this window?
Yeah, I think the end of last season showed everybody that, I know we were unbelievably unlucky with the injuries all in the same area of the pitch, but it did show that sort of 19, 20 senior players wasn't enough. So, of course, we managed to get good money for Max. He was a fantastic player for us, and I loved working with him. But we got good money for Max, and we were able to spread that between a few. You know, it wasn't like a like-for-like replacement. We managed to get 3 in for 1 out, and it gives us a bit more depth. And if there are any more to go out, we'll be able to do the same again. We won't be going like for like. It will be likely that if we do lose some of our bigger players, we'll be able to use the money to get 3 or 4 in, and it will help us with depth and try and keep the quality high. So that's the part of it I enjoy, really, and I know Matt enjoys it the same, just trying to piece together those challenges, because it's not like we're able to just go and pick players that we want and spend however much we want on them. Of course, the club has been able to do that in the past, and we're in a good spot because of that. We have some fantastic ones in, Mateus Cunha and João Gomez and Mario Lemina, people that we were able to go and just get for whatever we wanted. It's in a different place at the moment, so we have to be really clever with how we do things. But I enjoy that part of it. I really enjoyed trying to piece it together this summer. And I'm looking forward to see how we go. So, we've got some young players, Yerson coming back, Rodrigo Gomez, Pedro Lima, young ones that haven't tasted the Premier League yet, and I'm really keen to see how they can adapt. And
what do you expect Wolves to look like this season on the pitch? Have you implemented any changes as well in terms of style?
Yeah, some, but not. I still want to. I think we represented the fan base and the area really well last year around being hardworking, being honest, being front foot whenever we could without being too gung-ho and open, trying to find that right mix and that right blend that suited the group. So I'm sure, I have my ideal that we'll try to be, and then as the season sort of unfolds, there'll be adjustments, I'm sure. But yeah, I just want us to be honest, hardworking, front foot, attacking, just entertaining. We won some, we lost some last year, but even the ones we lost, you think back to the Man United game here, was an unbelievable day and evening for the fans that obviously you don't enjoy it as much because you suffered a last minute defeat. But the game itself and the spectacle, I think there were some real good ones here. And away from home, we put some real good shows in. So to try and maintain that really and see if we can improve on last season. Well,
within the squad that you've got, 3 new additions that have been settling in well and done well in pre-season, but you've really fostered a culture of togetherness and unity within the dressing room that the players have so much respect for you as a manager, and they speak so highly of you as well in interviews that we do. How much does that mean to you, and where do you think that comes from? What do you put that down to, that unity that we have?
Yeah, I think I spoke to the players very early on when I arrived around, you can't be a successful team without it now. We have to be together. And of course, when I arrived, it wasn't overly together. There were portions of it that were, but there was so much other stuff going on and so many people with their own different agendas that it was tough to pull everyone together. It's in a much different place now. Of course, it will be tested. The Premier League always tests it. So, a couple of tough results or people being left out the side and things like that always test it. But I think they're in a really good spot. When I look at training every day and how hard everyone works and how together everyone is after the games and around the place, there's a real good feeling around it. And we just need to try and maintain that. If you look at the best teams, and I would use Arsenal probably at the moment, you look at how well they are together on the pitch, including the fans. Every time they play, there's always a real togetherness. So we constantly drive to be perfect at that. We're somewhere between where it was when I got here and where I want it to be, but we are moving in the right direction. And and I think even Mario this year stepping up as captain has really helped with that. The group obviously has huge respect for Mario. He's had a real good start to his captaincy. The other senior players around the place also helping him. With a week to go, I like where we are at this moment and looking forward to it getting going.
Yeah, I was going to ask you actually about Mario getting the captaincy. He has huge respect in the community here, the work he does off the pitch as well as on the pitch, and an incredible player for Wolves. Why was he the right choice for you as our new captain?
Yeah, I think he does have huge respect from all parts of the dressing room. Obviously, we have a lot of different cultures within the dressing room, and it's important, I felt, that the leader can relate to all of them, or as many of them as possible. And Mario does that. I I think what else I saw is that he was ready for it, but I also thought it would improve him and he would get better at it as we went. So that has been shown to be true so far, only 3 or 4 weeks in, but I still think it will help him. I think it will help him mature on the pitch. It will take him from maybe, as a footballer, you go through journeys of sort of young potential and then sort of established player and then leader. And I think this one helps him go from that sort of established player into that sort of leadership category, where he can be more than just focused on himself and his own performance, and he can drag others along with him, which he was already doing, to be fair. But I just think this gives him a real clear focus around it, and it's definitely helped him so far.
Well, the fans are super excited to get underway for the season. You've got a really special and strong bond with them. They love you, and hopefully you love them too. But how important are they to this football club and to yourself?
Yeah, they're huge, and I speak about it quite a lot because it's for the players, really. Obviously, I love them and I love the relationship I have with them, but having to go out there and perform, it makes a huge difference when the fans are with you, like massive. That's why home form is always so much better than away form for basically every club. So the difference between a nervy, anxious Molineux and a really front foot, behind the team Molineux is massive to the players. So it's so important that we get that again this year. Obviously, we have our own responsibility in that to make sure that performances get them behind us. But yeah, I mean, it's been an incredible journey with them. We've had some fantastic moments, and I know the players really appreciate what they bring. And I think the fans appreciated the players last year. Even in games where it didn't go our way, you still felt that appreciation from them at the end because they knew that the players had given everything. And that's all they asked. So if we can get that out of the players 38 times in the Premier League next season, I'm sure the fans will be happy.
Well, your backroom staff have, of course, been rewarded with new contracts as well as yourself. How important is the team that you've got around you, and how valuable are they?
Yeah, they're huge to me. They're everything. I wouldn't be sat here without them and the work that they do and the support that they give. They know how hard I work and how hard I push everybody, but they're also, the opposite is also true, where I need them sometimes and they're able to push me and they're able to align me. So delighted that we're all able to extend at the same time. They are a huge part of what we do. They've had a massive impact on the place. I mean, you guys all know, you're around a lot of it, the training ground, the trips that we go on.
Yeah,
the feel it is a special feel at the moment that we have within the group, and that's down to them and the work that they do with the players and the respect that they have for the players, the respect that the players have for them. So it is a real tight group. The coaching staff are really comfortable with each other, and we're comfortable to ask each other difficult questions. And so no, it is a special bond, and I'm delighted that they've been able to make this part of the journey with me, and that they get to continue.
Like family, and like that, you've got your family with you here today as well for this special day, signing your new deal here at Molineux. How important is that support network to you throughout the season, on a personal level, to have them with you throughout the journey you've been on so far with Wolves?
No, really important, because obviously they buy in fully to Wolverhampton Wanderers. They love it here. They feel really at home here. They also understand that they have to give up quite a big chunk of me to try and make this successful. And they always understand and appreciate that the work that needs to go in to try and make the team successful. So, nice for them to be up today. Obviously, they're up for the game tomorrow. My eldest daughter couldn't make it. She's finding out what growing up is all about now, and she's 17 and working tomorrow. But the other guys are here. So no, it is special to have them around it. They are a big part of what I do, because they do support me and they do understand, and they're the one that has to drive home with me after a game when we've lost, and they get the silent treatment for 2 hours or whatever it may be on the way home from an away game. So I couldn't do it without them. So important that they were here with me today.
Is that something you pass on to the players as well, to have that sort of family club, to have such a tight-knit
and I know
group?
The players are the same. They really appreciate their families and they want them around it, and you see so many of them at games, and we try and put little reminders up around the place, and there's a little photo in most of the players' places for why they do what they do and why it's important to them, and most of them have a little picture of their family to show that that there's a lot of sacrifices that we make to try and be successful, and that they're the reasons that we do it for. So no, it does have a good feel about it, and I'm really looking forward to get back in front of the huge home support tomorrow, and then looking forward to the Emirates the following week.
Well, yeah, it's just 1 week out now from that first game
at
Arsenal. What are your hopes for this upcoming season, 24-25?
Yeah, just to see a team that represents me, represents what the players want to be, what the fans in the area want us to be. The Premier League is incredibly difficult. There will be 19 other managers at the moment all sat there thinking the same, thinking that they've done good work in the pre-season and the team's looking good and that they want to improve on last year. So it will be tough. There'll be moments that are unbelievably tough, and that's when you find out a lot about yourself. You know, last year when we were in that tough run and we didn't have many players to choose from and we were bringing kids up to train, and it was tough, but we loved every moment of it. We dug in. So this year I'm just really looking forward to seeing what we can get out of them. Of course, I want it to be utopian and us to win loads and be up near the top of the league and
we all do.
Everything goes swimmingly. But, you know, I also accept that the team sat in that dugout behind us want the game to go that way as well, and they'll be good. They'll have good players and they'll have a good coach. So just managing the ups and downs and navigating the group through those emotional challenges and getting to the end of the season with the best that we can produce. And as long as we get there with the best that we can produce, I'll be happy.
We're excited for the journey. So thank you very much, Gary.
No,
Congratulations again on your contract and good luck for next week.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.